This is Japanese bullet train. It's a super fast way to travel around the country, and it's like magic. Engineers made it after the Second World War. Imagine going at speeds of up to 320 kilometers an hour. More than 10 billion people have already hopped on board, helping Japan become the third largest economy globally. But guess what? Japan is not stopping there. They are now working on creating the world's fastest passenger train. This new system will zoom at twice the speed of the current bullet trains, making journeys even quicker. It's like they're on a mission to make travel as fast as possible. The new trains are trying something different by getting rid of a key part: wheels. Instead, they use magnets to float about 10 centimeters above the track, so there's no friction with the rails. But building this new train line has caused a lot of arguments. There are delays, the cost is much higher than expected, and people are arguing a lot about how it might harm the environment. Now, it's almost done, and everyone is waiting to see if it will work well and be a big change for transportation, or if it's just too much. Japan is pretty good with trains. They were the first to make high-speed rail in 1959 with the Tokaido Shinkansen line between Tokyo and Osaka. So, we'll see if this new floating train is a success or a bit too ambitious. In the past, people in Japan and around the world were unsure about the country spending a lot of money on building a new railway system. Many believed that airplanes and highways were the future, making the investment in trains seem unnecessary. However, in October 1964, just in time for the Tokyo Olympics, Japan launched its first high-speed train line. This train drastically reduced the travel time between the two largest cities in Japan from almost 7 hours to just under 4, becoming a huge success and serving over 100 million passengers in less than 3 years. Nowadays, a similar trip on a modern bullet train takes only 2.5 hours. The upcoming Shinkansen line is expected to be even faster, completing the journey in just 67 minutes at top speed. These trains will travel at an incredible 500 kilometers per hour, with a test run in 2015 setting a world record at 603 kilometers per hour. However, experts believe that conventional bullet trains will struggle to reach such speeds because they will eventually face limitations due to the friction generated by their wheels. To fix the problem, Japanese engineers looked back in time to an old but effective technology: magnetic levitation, or maglev. Maglev trains have been an idea since the 1960s, and the world's only commercial maglev line has been running between Shanghai's city center and its airport since 2004. The Central Japan Railway Company, also known as JR Central, has updated this technology with superconducting magnets. These magnets are cooled to a very low temperature, -269 degrees, making the trains float higher above the tracks. However, the maglev system only activates when the train is already moving at a speed of 150 kilometers per hour. Once it reaches this speed, the maglev system lifts the carriage off its rubber wheels, and the train interacts with coils in the track. One coil is used to lift the train, and the other propels it forward. The new Shinkansen trains are pretty amazing. Unlike regular trains, these ones don't need wheels to go super fast. They're also smart because they drive themselves using the tracks, so there's no need for a driver. This makes accidents much less likely. The Tokyo to Nagoya line has been in the works since 2014 and should be ready in 2027. After that, they'll connect Tokyo to Osaka, and it might open in 2037, which is 10 years earlier than expected. The cool thing about Shinkansen is that it mostly runs underground, about 90% of it. It goes under the Southern Alps, avoiding the earthquake-prone coast. There will be lots of tunnels, 256 kilometers out of the total 285-kilometer line. The reason for all these tunnels is that the maglev trains, which levitate above the tracks, work best when they go in a straight line. This also means they're digging some of the deepest tunnels ever seen in Japan. So the Shinkansen is not just fast, it's also smart and takes a unique route to keep everyone safe. The Shinkansen, a new high-speed railway in Japan, has sparked environmental concerns, especially in the Shizuoka prefecture. The construction of tunnels for the railway poses a threat to the Oi River basin, a crucial water source for the region. Although environmental studies suggest a low risk of disruption to the basin, local governments dispute these findings, considering them incomplete and rushed. The current governor of Shizuoka won the June 2021 election on a platform opposing the railway due to these concerns. Unexpected challenges in building new stations have significantly inflated the project's cost from $13.7 billion to an astonishing $64 billion, making it one of Japan's most expensive undertakings. The high price has triggered doubts among the Japanese populace about the project's worthiness. The maglev technology, while potentially promoting economic growth, comes with drawbacks. The operational costs are higher than regular high-speed trains, as they consume more energy. Additionally, the smaller carriages of maglev trains limit passenger capacity, and they won't operate as frequently. Bullet trains in Japan, like the ones between Tokyo and Osaka, usually run every 3 minutes because switching tracks for maglev trains takes longer. Maglev trains, a type of high-speed train that uses magnetic levitation, can only run every 10 minutes due to these track-switching delays. Japanese rail companies used to make a lot of money by selling their train technology abroad. However, China has become a major player in high-speed rail since the introduction of the first bullet train in 1964. China is now the leader in high-speed rail, with 2/3 of the world's high-speed network. Although none of China's intercity lines currently use maglev technology, the country is working on its own version. In July 2021, China tested a maglev train that reached an impressive speed of 600 kilometers per hour, almost breaking Japan's record. This maglev train, if implemented, could potentially travel from Beijing to Shanghai in just 3.5 hours, faster than the 4.5 hours it takes by plane. The emergence of China in the high-speed rail scene signals a shift in the global landscape, challenging Japan's traditional dominance in the industry. Japan is working on a new type of super-fast train called the Chou Shinkansen, even though China already has advanced technology, and the rest of the world is catching up with regular high-speed trains. The Japanese government gave the JR Central Company the special task of finishing this new train line 10 years earlier than planned. The question is, why is Japan putting so much effort into this project when it doesn't need to buy technology from other countries? If the Chou Shinkansen is successful, it could change how people travel between Japan's two biggest cities, Tokyo and Osaka. It might make it easier for people to live in one city and work in another. This could be a big deal. This idea of connecting big cities is catching on worldwide. In China, they are building megacities by connecting different regions. In the northeastern United States, cities like Washington, D.C. and Boston are getting closer together in a less formal way. The same thing is happening in Western Europe. If major cities merge like this, it could create powerful economies like we've never seen before. Over 50 years ago, when they started building the bullet train, people around the world made fun of it. But in the end, it helped Japan a lot. It connected different parts of the country and made everyone richer. In just 10 years after it started running, Japan became the second biggest economy globally. Now, a new train line is being built, and we have to see if it will bring more success to the country. If it can transport people between big cities really fast, it will create many new opportunities. If you liked this video and want to see more about construction, make sure to subscribe to our channel.